I printed the patterns and found some oak and walnut pieces in my cutoff box. I planed some sapele and cherry to 1/2 inch for the other two dinosaurs, and I used a glue stick to attach the patterns to the wood. The instructions call for 3/16 holes for the eyes and 1/8 for the nose on one of the dinosaurs. I used my drill press, but you could do the job using a hand drill. Whichever method you use, I suggest using a backer board to prevent tear out. There are no interior cuts on these dinosaurs, and there are a lot of curves, but no really tight corners. For these reasons, I would rate this as a beginner project. I already had a number 9 Pegasus modified geometry blade in the saw from a previous project. So rather than switch to number 7 blade, I used the speed control to reduce the blade speed. If the curves were more intricate, I would have switched to a number 7 blade. There are two conflicting rules of thumb at play here. The first one is the thicker the material, the larger the blade number you should use. The second is the more intricate the pattern lines, the smaller the blade you should use. I broke both rules, but I slowed the blade down to make up for having a larger blade than necessary. I have a lot of experience, so that was okay for me to do. If you don't have a lot of experience, it's probably better to follow the rules to begin with and then find when you need to follow them and when you can break them. For a beginner on this project, I would recommend you use a number 7 blade for these dinosaurs. There are a lot of turns fairly close together, so you might even want to use a number 5 if you're not using a hard or a dense wood. Because I was working with cutoffs and small pieces to begin with, I used a glue stick to attach the patterns to the wood. This avoids the mess of spray adhesives. With a little practice, you can quickly learn how much glue to use so the pattern will stick to the wood while you're cutting, but it will easily peel off when you're done. I cut this dinosaur from walnut, which leads me to give you this tip. The dust kicked up by walnut can be irritating, so if you've not worked with it before, this may come as a surprise. It's a good idea to wear a mask anytime you're scroll sawing, but it's especially important to wear a mask while cutting walnut and certain exotic woods like paduk. When I came to this dinosaur's back, I found the constant movement of cutting the curves to be relaxing, almost mesmerizing. These dinosaurs would make a great gift for a child or grandchild. They should also be an excellent attention getter and seller at craft shows. I'm excited to add these items to sell in my retail store and online. Kids love dinosaurs. They can't help picking them up and playing with them. I purchased these plans from toymakingplans.com, and they call the set Dino Delights. The plans are available as a PDF download, so you can print the pattern pages and be working in your shop within minutes. You print the patterns, attach them to the wood, and you're cutting within just a few minutes after purchase. One of the many things I like about toymakingplans.com is that the file includes full-sized assembly drawings for each item. For these dinosaurs, I set the drawing down on the workbench, put one set of legs on top, adding glue to the part of the legs that will be touching the body, then put the body in place on top of the legs. I put one of the legs for the right side underneath the dinosaur's head to keep everything aligned. I set this dinosaur aside, then started assembling on the others in the same manner. This only took a few minutes, so by then the glue was starting to cure, and I added spring clamps to each of the pieces to make sure there was a good bond between them. This glue-up is about as easy and foolproof as it gets. Just look at the picture, align the parts, then glue them together. I'll give the glue enough time to cure and keep the legs from moving, then I'll put the legs on the other side of the dinosaur. When you do that, make sure the leg placements match, otherwise the dinosaur won't sit flat. After the second side dried, I took the dinosaurs to my finishing room. I thought about using a brush-on oil finish, but realized getting a brush into all those curves on the back of each dinosaur was going to take way too much time. I used a couple coats of spray polyurethane instead. This is what the completed dinosaurs look like. I consider this a beginner project, but still fun for someone with scroll saw experience. You'll have fun making this set, and I guarantee any child you give these dinosaurs to will enjoy hours of imaginative play. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.